Hi, welcome back. We're journaling with Jesus, and today's prompt is: which of Jesus's miracles or teachings inspire you the most and why? Straight for the jugular. Two things that are related. My younger son has an eye condition where, I'll share this. He was born with his eyes taking turning in. So this eye would turn in and this eye's working, and then he switches and it does the opposite. So it's called alternating esotropia. Now some people say, just get surgery, Heather. Just get surgery and he'll be good. His is a very complicated case. It's more neurological than muscular. And I've been told multiple times that he would need multiple surgeries throughout his life, and there's no guarantee, and it could actually, instead of turning in, it could make him turn out. And I know that's not just in theory, because that's something that my dad had happen after he had that kind of surgery. So my son has done a lot of vision therapy. He has made progress with that. That's probably another story for another day. He's currently not doing vision therapy. He does not want surgery. He doesn't want the risk of going blind or having his eyes turn the other way or the failure of surgery. And moreover, neurologically, we have to train his brain to use his eyes at the same time. So a little more backstory. I'm a photographer. I launched my photography business in 2006, and I've done that on and off for 20 years. So when you're taking pictures and you are editing pictures, you get close to seeing people really up close and noticing a lot of details. And anytime I would see somebody that had an eye turn or anything, I would empathize, but never as much as I did once I had my second son. Because immediately when he was little, by 2 months old, I knew something was different with his eyes. I haven't told this story in a while, so I am probably going to get emotional. By the time he was 4 months old, we were sent to a specialist, and the specialist did some eye patching and measurements every 3 months for 6 to 9 months. And they said, no, this is not working, but we could do surgery anyways, and it could take 6 to 8 tries, and it may or may not work. And statistically, like, if you have surgery and then you need another surgery within a year, is that truly considered successful? I don't know. So at that point, sought out vision therapy and took that route. But all along the way, I think about the Bible where we could beg the Lord to heal us. I mean, just, please, Lord, heal my son. And sometimes the answer is, my grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in your weakness. And so my son's 6 feet tall now, and he still switches eyes. He has a lot more control of them. He does not have depth perception yet. And yet I still say yet, because I still think there's hope. I still think vision therapy could help. I still think miracles still do happen. I still believe that God is good. And I believe that maybe my son has this eye condition to keep him grounded. Maybe. For sure, it's for God's glory and his good, even though it is very frustrating. Aesthetically, it looks different. It makes people feel uncomfortable. He's really good at driving go-karts, thanks to vision therapy. And I've always been nervous about him driving. And yet by the time he's 16, there's cars that are self-driving or assisted driving that could make his life safer and his ability to drive higher. So when I look at Jesus's miracles and teachings, his miracles of sight blow my mind, guys. Absolutely blow my mind. When he makes mud and puts it on somebody's eyes and heals them, that blows my mind. And I love that Jesus just has to agree. He's not even, there are miracles in the Bible where Jesus is like, yeah, they're healed now, go see them. He didn't even go touch them. He just said, it's done. And so I know there's nothing that I need to do or that my son needs to do in order to be healed. Jesus chooses. Hang on, I need my coffee. Okay, better now. So, miracles that I'm inspired by, definitely vision. And guys, just when I thought my appreciation for the gift of sight and the miracle of sight, eyes are amazing. Like, truly cannot be random. And I don't believe in evolution. I believe that God created us like this. And like Ray Comfort says, what evolved first, the brain or the heart? Like, there's just so many intentional things in creation that there's no way that could randomly happen by chance, not even if a bunch of years were behind it. So, like the analogy of if you put all the car parts in a garage, would they put themselves together in a day? No. How about 100 years? No. How about 100 billion years? Could those car parts put themselves together? Absolutely not. There has to be a builder. There has to be a creator. So along those lines, usually my stories are like a Venn diagram. So my son's story that continues. Second story is a number of years ago, I was able to get LASIK. And I know that's not for everyone, but for me, I was really excited. And it's a little nerve-wracking when you get there because they've done this surgery like over 90,000 times, this one doctor. And there's multiple doctors there doing it. And so they're very professional, but it happens quickly. They get you in a room, they put these special eye drops in, you lay down on a table, they do the first step, you're smelling yourself because there's lasers involved, guys. It's a smell. And then they have you stand up and you go to another bed where they're doing the next step. And I used to have an astigmatism, so they were fixing that. There's all these processes. And guys, when you're laying there and they're doing one eye at a time, you temporarily go blind in an eye. And then they put the flap back down. And then the eyes, because they're so miraculous by God's design, they start to flood and heal. Like, I hope these guys, these surgeons are Christian, because it's just a testimony to God's creation that the eyes heal this quickly. It's just amazing to me. But you know the story in the Bible where Jesus is healing the guy and the guy's like, those people over there look like trees. And you read that and you think, how can you confuse people and trees? Guys, when I had LASIK and my vision was coming back as all those cells were flooding, once they put that flap back down, I am not kidding. Everything looks like abstract watercolor trees, and then it doesn't, and then it looks real. And then by the end of the surgery, I could look across the room 20 feet away and read the sign perfectly. Now, that is beautiful, and it increased my appreciation for Jesus healing somebody with absolutely no surgery, absolutely no medical intervention, absolutely just his word saying, yeah, it's going to be done. So which of Jesus's miracles or teachings inspire you the most? That one. At least today. That's what comes to mind first. What's yours? Drop a comment below, and I'll see you tomorrow for Journaling with Jesus. I'm not peeking, guys. I'm not peeking. It's going to be good. I'm sure it's amazing. Yeah, see you then.